also recognize, just as it has been in the United States for Jamaica, one of the issues that has been presented as an issue that is economic in the way of its impact has been the pandemic. So to that end, we are announcing today also that we will assist Jamaica in COVID recovery by assisting in terms of the recovery efforts in Jamaica that have been essential to, I believe, what is necessary to strengthen not only the issue of public health, but also the economy.
She's my favorite.
You know, I don't want to wake up every morning with the thought of wanting to be like sexist, misogynistic, and then you go and, you know, show me something like that.
I mean, I guess you don't scroll Twitter in the morning.
Yeah, I mean,
Touche.
You get on the internet and you know, it's like that. It's like that meme that I shared in the group chat. It's like, I regret to inform you, women.
It's just it's in their nature, I guess, right?
God bless them.
But hey, I mean, you know, what's a woman anyway?
Yeah, you know, we don't know nowadays. I guess just like
here. I made it.
Yeah, I see.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That's all I was looking
for.
I was just looking for somebody to be proud of me. Thank you.
See, and he doesn't look completely disheveled this time. You know, he doesn't look. He just literally rolled out of bed. You know, he looks like he got his day started.
Well, that's me. I'm the one looking rough this morning. At least Clyde shows up with his
once school starts. I gotta get up at like 6 a.m. So I'm up. I'm just tired. Yeah. But what's new?
See, six. I gotta wake up before that because they're getting ready at like 5:30, or 5 or 5:30 sometimes.
What kind of school do your kids go to, man?
Well, my wife just has to drive like an hour, because she not like quite an hour, for like 45 minutes to where she works right now.
Yeah, my kid's school starts really early too. We got to get them I think the first bell is like 7:05.
Really? High school? Is that high school?
Elementary.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Forget that, man. That's ridiculous. Those poor little children sleep. Give them a child.
Mine don't sleep anyway. So
I was gonna say, those poor little children. Let me sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of something that should probably be put to sleep or put to rest at least. Gavin Newsom apparently is still saying Orange Man bad in the year of our Lord 2023, because he's saying that he will not let he's trying to say he won't let Donald Trump be eligible for future presidential elections, and has asked the state assembly to pass a bill that will remove his name from any ballots.
Yeah, and I don't know. They're all worried about like democracy, and then it's like this. We're not even going to put him on the ballot. Like, hold up. Like, think about this for a minute. Like, what are you doing? I always go back. Like, I wonder, are they just like that retarded, or do they really like? Is it all part of the plan? You know, like.
Well, you know, when they share articles like this too, I mean, when it's something like what we just saw, and then you see an article that literally says this, you know, I start thinking a little bit. You know, and it seems like they're trying to send us a message for sure.
I mean, I could almost get down with that. You know, it depends.
Okay, it's like
or the last one, but you know, appointed.
Yeah, like this is your appointed official that you don't get any say in. You know, it's like, okay, But are they gonna be a Gavin Newsom every time, or are they gonna be, is it gonna be like a Ron DeSantis or a Gavin Newsom every time? Like, which one
It'll
am
be
I
a WEF.
getting?
It'll be a
Yeah,
economic forum person, no doubt. But I mean, if we can get away from the mob rule like that, that's not always necessarily a bad thing. And at least at that point, like, you have a pinpointed adversary. You know what I mean? It's not just like this retard that votes blue every time because the divorcee wino on Twitter tells me to. Like, this is actually someone who's telling, who's putting this person in power, and like, you have someone to focus your ire at.
Yeah, like you have a little bit more of a claim to legitimacy of your voicing your concern, because then it's just like, well, like, you're the problem because you're the only person in charge. They can't say, well, we voted on it and you voted on us, and then that's what I think the worst part about our system is just that people, the officials, can hide behind the fact, like, well, I voted correctly, but they voted for it, and then there's this sort of like, hey, blame those guys, and it's not. I mean, a lot of times it's not even those guys. It's whoever put that person there. So then it's, hey, blame like the people in California for putting that person in office to then vote incorrectly, I guess, or whatever.
Don't blame me.
Like a great way to
I voted
start
for
a civil
Kodo.
war.
Yeah. Or or they could go with a different route to actually try to start a civil war, like this. Apparently, this is going to be a thing again.
Cool.
Atlanta College reinstates mask mandate for students, employees on campus. I do think COVID's going back around. I'm pretty sure that's what that's what I have, because I've been coughing a little bit and I had a little bit of sore throat, and that's it's lingered longer than I would have expected. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. But they're gonna make a bigger deal of it. I mean, I'm okay. I survived. I didn't just kill over.
What college is that?
It's one in Atlanta. Hold on, let me see the name of it.
I can't. I see Brown College, but that's not Atlanta. So
this is Morris Brown College. Yeah.
Like, it's funny too, because like you like, it wasn't too long ago Alex Jones was saying, like,
yeah,
TSA whistleblower said they're going to try it again, and everybody's like, no, that's ridiculous, and here we are,
and
this college trying it again. Like,
and I just want to, I don't think, I would love to think that like people would not fall for it again, but I've lost a lot of faith in the public over these people.
I think there's a lot.
I mean, even family, like,
dumb things out there.
Like, there's like my in-laws. They fell hook, line, and sinker for all that kind of stuff. They were die hard about that, and I was like, it's just kind of a cold, like, and then they were like, no, it's. I think, but I do think that they were more concerned because they're around, like, her grandparents are elderly, so they were kind of more concerned for their health and everything. But I mean, still, it's like
that's the only, like, that's the only point that I can get on, and it's like,
these people,
okay, like a little bit of, like, my grandmother's going to be 100 this year. Like, I understand if, like, my mom was a little precautious when she went to see her. Okay,
yeah,
like, I get that, but they really, like, but using that as a lever of power was just, like, atrocious, and then they're going to do it again. Oh, the old people, like. And then you have a trade-off too, like, I love my grandmother dearly, but, like, is it worth, shutting down the economy and making all these 20, 30, 40 somethings, like, suffer horribly so you can have, like, another year of life, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's horrible, and you don't want to weigh those options, but
you do have
this
to.
is life, and you have
decision.
to. Somebody's got to make that choice, and you can't just
Well, dude,
hope
like
for
even
Bidenomics,
even like back in 2020, like in the thick of it, we had that conversation, me and the wife and everything, and I talked to my grandma, my last living grandparent, and I was like, "Hey, are you scared or anything?" She's like, "No, I want to see my great grandkids.
Mhm.
Come on up." And that was, I mean,
I think 9 times out of 10 you'd get that answer.
yeah,
Like they understand it better than I think we do, right?
yeah. She had mentioned like living through like pandemics in the past and stuff like that. So I like to think she's got a good grasp on things, even though she's getting up there in years.
Yeah, it just
All right.
depends.
I gotta run. I got a goat emergency.
Okay. Yeah, it's just weird with that, because I think that there are some of them they do have that grasp of it, but some of them I think there are some of them that just like they want to stay alive as long as possible, regardless of how bad. To me, if I get old and I've had a good life, I just want to be able to, like, okay, see the grandkids, enjoy things. And then if I go, I go. That would be kind of where I would be at, as long as I've lived a happy and fulfilling life. I don't know if it's just how some of these older people, like, they didn't feel like they had a happy and fulfilling life, so they're trying to extend it, and they're like, maybe next year will be good or something. I don't know if it's necessarily that, but I definitely think that they want to cling to it more than just like, okay, if I go, I go. That's one of the flaws. I mean, it's just like with the political system. Like the boomers that are, these Dianne Feinstein, who's like 90 and it's like still clinging to power or whatever. Like,
Well, clinging, she doesn't know where she's at.
Well, she's clinging to her chair that they're
Her
rolling.
wheelchair, yeah.
Yeah. she doesn't even know why. She's just like she's like holding on to it for dear life. She probably like imagines that she's like falling or something like that. Oh, I'm falling. Oh no. Are you trying to share something?
Yeah, this is what I hope people would do if they try this whole
and this stream is getting
rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
Is he actually going?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was one of those dudes from I don't know if you ever heard about the comedy group, The Whitest Kids You Know. Those dudes were all hilarious. But Trevor Moore, the main dude there, he's actually from back where I'm from. He used to have a show on public access TV back in the day.
Well, here's there do seem to be some indications. I don't know how valid this claim is, but there's reportedly these are in the contracts that they're trying to acquire equipment, adequate COVID-19 safety protocols for federal contractors. Some of these BioFord COVID-19 testing reagents. So they're getting testing equipment, COVID testing, HIV, HPV. I mean, some of this could be like just general precaution, like, hey, COVID's going to be back, but I don't think that. I mean, it's very telling that around an election year that they're getting prepared for COVID again.
Yeah. I mean, Justin's not here, so he can fact check me or whatever, but I think COVID had like one of the same proteins that HIV had, and that's why a lot of people were like popping positive for HIV tests, when they had COVID or recently recovered.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even know about the HIV thing.
Yeah, it's like well, okay, we don't want to get the stream taken down, so we can't. I'm not going to get too much into details.
Speculation. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, it's I just don't know how people are gonna like. I know that some people normies will just fall for it again, especially if they want to. If
Yeah.
I do think that the biggest reason people bought into it is because they said it's killing grandma, and then they started trying to say it was killing kids, and then when people realized, oh, like this literally doesn't affect kids, I think that's when some people started to wake up a little bit of like they're telling us that it's like killing children, and it's literally claims 0 children's lives, so they're definitely lying about that now. But they still see people die. See, that's the problem. Is like there were some people who did die of it like that were older, but their immune systems were like shot, and so when any disease affects them, they were gonna go anyway. If they got the flu, they were gonna go. If they got anything, if they got the stomach virus, they probably would have threw up and died, and that's how weak that some of these people immune systems are.
My favorite thing was the died with a death certificate. Yeah. Just
like they have COVID and they have a car crash.
Well, didn't St. Floyd have it too? Wasn't that part of the coroner report?
I don't recall that. I just recall the drugs that were in his system.
I'm pretty sure that was on there too.
That would make sense because if he said that I can't breathe, and he was on drugs, and
had lowered lung capacity. Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah,
it is when you catch a cough.
Yeah, well, I mean, like he's already inhibiting his respiratory system by taking the drugs that he was taking, and then on top of that, if he did have COVID, yeah, that would make complete sense.
It was the death knell.
Yeah,
we'll just blame it on that.
Yeah, like COVID did him in. All of a sudden, like they read the report, and it's like COVID and drugs are what killed him, and then all of a sudden Chauvin like vindicated.
He was trying. All right, I'll stop. Anyway, what you got on the docket?
Well, we could, since we're talking about people getting arrested, let's talk about the most famous arrest that could be happening here soon. Donald Trump says he will surrender to authorities in Georgia on Thursday to face charges of illegally scheming to overturn the 2020 election. Very funny. Very funny. How
it's my birthday. Going. What a present. Thursday. It's going to be great.
Yeah, apparently, can you believe it? I'll be going to Atlanta, Georgia on Thursday to be arrested. He wrote on his social media network. He said they set his bond at $200,000. See, is he gonna have to go? Or I mean, the way it sounds is he just bond out. But I mean, they're still probably gonna try to book him before he bonds out.
They want that mugshot.
And if they see, what's funny though is I feel like if they get the mugshot, he's definitely going to win. I feel like it honestly, if they leave well enough alone, I think he just loses. I really do. Like them pressing this is making it to where he's going to win.
He's going to get memed back into the White House.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah, it's 2016 all over again. Because he can't win. Look at this bumbling buffoon, and then all of a sudden he just wins, and it's like, oh wait, how did that happen? None of the pollsters could have predicted this. It's like, yeah, right, dude.
It's so silly. We live in clown world. Man, they really are going after him. And trust me, I'm not like a Donald Trump mark or anything like that, but dude, they do their best to make you want to side with the fella. You know what I mean?
Well, I've kind of been, I've been a critic as well as a supporter, but you know, like the COVID stuff, I get criticizing, but then they're the people who go like overboard on the criticism of like, well, he should have never made it to where other people from other countries can come here. Well, I mean, and, you know, I get not making it where, you know, Chinese citizens can't just come over here and purposely like infect our population. That kind of makes sense. But like you know, yes, there's other things where like I disagree, but like I don't know. I feel like he's so milk toast, but he makes everybody so mad, and I don't understand how. Like, okay, he's not that different, but somehow he just makes everyone, you know, libertarian, you know, even some conservatives, but like you know, like the establishment GOP type got conservative guys. He makes, you know, the Democrats like insane. I just don't understand why he makes everybody so mad, because he's kind of bland otherwise. I mean the best thing he did was the way he ran the economy, and and I said it. People are going to look back on like if he doesn't get back into office, or even if he does, they'll probably look at those years that he was in office as sort of a golden age for like not because it was necessarily like the best, but because it was not as bad as everything that they'd experienced previously. You know, like the Bush era, I wasn't a fan of. The Obama era, I wasn't a fan of. But those 4 Trump years were actually kind of decent. You know, things kind of improved a little bit. You know, I could buy cheap gas.
Yeah.
You know, taxes were a little bit easier on us.
Right.
I don't know, like that's just kind of how I felt about it. But I feel like a lot of people take like a hard stance against him, and it's just so weird because I don't see him as that. I don't see him as that controversial, other than he runs his mouth a lot, and maybe sometimes he doesn't always do everything that he says. Shocker. I mean, like every public figure ever.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make sense, but then it does sometimes, like how everyone's been propagandized into just, well, I got to pick a side no matter what. And like it shows even with like a lot of the stuff that they push in the media, like the whole Bidenomics thing, they keep trying to make that a thing. It's so silly.
Well, I mean, it's because they have to, because you know, Trump bragged about the economy, so they have to somehow pretend that the economy is doing better, and that's what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to counter that sort of narrative of, well, under Trump the economy was better, and so they have to craft like, okay, well, technically under these particular sectors and this particular thing, the economy is better under Biden. That's why they have to do that. It's because if they don't, then he gets a free pass and he basically wins. I don't know. They have to have a counter narrative for everything that he says and everything that he did.
Hell yeah, brother. What else we got?
Well, we could do. Let's see. Well, speaking of our resident in chief, we can talk about him for a second. Let's hear what he has to say about the Maui fires.
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday, and lightning struck at home on a little lake that's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond, and hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating duct, air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. But all kidding aside, I
You're
watched
so
the
relatable.
firefighters, the way they responded. You know, there's an old expression. I grew up right across the street from a fire hall in Claymont, Delaware. And the expression is, God made man, then he made a few firefighters. You're all crazy, thank God. The only people who run into flames to help other people. And they ran into flames, saved my wife, and saved my family. Not a joke. The smoke, and the firefighters here can tell you, sometimes smoke is so thick from the windows out, it was that thick inside the home.
So thick you could
And
slice it with a knife.
We were insured. We did not have any problem, but being out of our home for better part.
I love the one struggle idea. Like this is we're all one struggle here. We had a small house fire, and then you guys had the entirety of your island burned.
Yeah.
So we're the
My
same.
67 Corvette.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Man, so the wife he's talking about, is that the previous one that he was with the babysitter, or the current one, the doctor?
Pretty sure that was his first one, but
okay. The one that died.
Let me see.
I mean, who knows, man? Like, he doesn't know what year it is, or so good luck figuring that out.
Let's see. 15. It was 15 years ago. That may have been after. That was probably. Oh, yeah. Jill. It was Jill. Yeah. He says Jill.
The doctor.
Yep. The doctor wife. His doctor wife.
Doctor wife, former babysitter.
Similar to Ben Shapiro. My wife's a doctor. That's funny. Somebody should just make a meme of like that, like have Ben Shapiro like saying my wife is a doctor, and have Biden saying so's mine. Jack, so's mine, Jack.
Listen here, bucko.
Listen here. Yep. Let's see, what is this?
I just hope I never get challenged to a push-up contest by him.
Let's see. What do they mean, blue?
All the blue stands out.
Blue. I mean, there's a little bit more colors there, but okay. Different wavelengths, okay. I'm following. Yeah, some. Okay.
10-4.
But why would they do that, though? Okay, let's entertain this idea for a second. Why would you make it where some wavelengths couldn't be affected?
Got me, man. I mean, I'm not really like following this. I do entertain the whole
GW.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun thing. It is kind of weird how like certain places did not, get burned down, and so, the rest did.
Yeah, I mean,
like Oprah's house was untouched, like, things like that. It's like, all right, come on. Because like, didn't also her house not burn down, like, when they had a fire a few years ago?
I mean, none of the celebrities ever have anything affected them. It never, there's never any, no matter how many California wildfires, you don't hear somebody's mansion gets burned in those wildfires. So,
Well, you have to take that back. I once heard Joe Rogan say that some of the ash landed in his backyard.
oh, some ash from the wildfires. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, that might have been what got him to shape up after seeing that there might be fire in his in his yard. That might have got him to shape up. Like apparently they're telling Keanu Reeves to shape up.
God, what a fat piece of lard.
Yeah, look at this fatty. I mean, he looks like he's 800 pounds right here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lizzo.
Hey, she's brave and beautiful. You stop.
Brave and beautiful. Yeah. Where's the? Oh, somebody posted. Yeah, it's like the woman writing the article here.
That's not a banana.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to shape up. Apparently, he has a chubby body while spending family day on boat. He's supposed to look like the peak physique, right? Yeah.
The dude's like
he's like almost like
he's in his mid-50s, right?
He's edging 60. I think he's already.
Yeah, this dude looks immaculate for his age, and like especially like some of the stunts he still does. It's just so this whole double standard thing is so hilarious to me because you obviously
he's 58. He's at nearly 60, like getting close to 60.
Dude,
and still looks like that. I mean, yeah. I would be on
TRT if I was that age.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so funny that whole double standard,
Yeah, but I mean, we know why it is because they kind of get to run the narratives now, like whether or not it's so funny that they can claim that there's like this sort of patriarchy and all this kind of stuff. They can still claim that when it's like, okay, these are a lot of these media publications are female led, or the women get to choose how the stories are written, and so that's why stories like this show up and not stories about Lizzo, like except for whenever Lizzo's doesn't fit into their narrative, then they can actually attack her. I don't know if you saw that. She's apparently being kind of taken down, eaten from her own side there.
Well, yeah.
Eaten. Well, other people are eating off her.
Well, I don't know this for a fact, but I guarantee, like,
not literally anymore, but they're eating off her.
Like, I guarantee there's probably like, maybe not this specific author for this article, but like, I'm sure they're in the past they've written something that's like, oh, dad bods are sexy now. It's just
they did. It was like a decade ago.
Oh, really? I was joking. Like, I was just okay.
No, legit. There's like there's numerous articles of like dad bods are sexy, and then that was I mean it's written by women. These kind of articles from like 10 years ago. I mean like even 5 years ago actually. 8 reasons why dad bod is way more attractive. Lifestyle magazines. That 2015 Vox article, dad bod. Everybody, why does everybody like the dad bod now? I mean, it was literally like 8 to 10 years ago that they were like obsessed with like, hey men, look, dad bod looks great. And then sexy women are actually sexy, not like abominations.
Sexy women are sexy. Let's use the same word to define this same word. All right. Yeah,
well, I mean,
I'm just glad I'm not bipolar.
Actual women are like they were pointing out that actual sexy women were sexy, not like Lizzo is the peak of sexiness, or they weren't like perverting the definitions of like this is sexy, and you're like, no, it isn't. It looks horrible. And then they're like, no, you bigot, or whatever. Like it was completely different, a different style because they were being more honest. Like, okay, say, like what's a good celebrity that hasn't that hasn't aged poorly? I mean, like Jennifer Aniston,
Sam
you know,
Elliott.
is sexy, you know, or something like that. Okay, I get it. You know, Jennifer Aniston has been pretty sexy most of her career. But like now it's like, oh, you know, this 800-pound actress is sexy, and if you don't like it, you're a bigot. It's like that's not honest. Like the at least when you're writing those articles, like you know, like this actress, you know, wins most sexy actress or whatever. It's like, yeah, you know, that makes sense.
Now we're all just lying to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, like I will give Lizzo some credit. Like I kind of think of her as the way I like evaluate offensive linemen. I'm like, wow, you can really move for your size.
yeah, agreed. Yeah. Like, cause like how I'm actually impressed that she can.
She's like
do
the
some of
Larry
dances.
Allen of pop music.
Oh my god, that's a pretty great comparison. Well, I don't know how to segue this, but this happened. You know, instead of reporting on news, you could become the news by jumping in on the stage and shouting random stuff.
Lucky enough to start playing it. Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes, exactly. All right. Well, guys. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed. They're disappointed.
I mean, I hate this, but also like I think
it's funny because what is that dude's name? I can't.
Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of
he kind of sucks now. He used to be cool.
Yeah, he was good back whenever. God, what was that show that he was in?
It was one of the G4 Tech TV shows.
Yeah, I forget.
Was it Attack of the Show?
He might have been on Attack of the Show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. But then now he's completely cut to the industry.
Well, he's also in love with riding homeboy from Metal Gear Solid's Jock.
Oh yeah, Kojima. Yeah.
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. Oh, Death Stranding, best game ever. It's like this is a walking simulator.
Like, I've never played it.
I got it for free on Epic Games, and I'm just like I have the game, but I'm like I have no inclination to play it.
I played PT. I still have that installed on my PlayStation, but I never played Death Stranding.
I just don't see the hype. Like, what is? I mean, and he's apparently hyping another game. Like, oh, yep, here in 3 years, I'm gonna have another game, and people are like, oh, I can't wait. And like, I don't know how he has fanboys like that. Like, oh, Death Stranding was so great. And it's like, dude, like it's a very, very mediocre game. It's from a game. Like, I don't know. That's just how the game industry is.
Well, I mean, so let's continue down this this journey here. So why does Bill Clinton want GTA 6?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's part of the reason that guy did that is that he's kind of following up the meme of the guy talking about his the Orthodox rabbi Bill Clinton. You remember that guy? You don't remember that guy?
No, missed it.
Oh, it's hilarious. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But there was another game show. There was another game awards or something like that. This kid jumps up there and he wanted. Yeah, here it is. He nominated for an award his Orthodox rabbi Bill Clinton, but people like.
Hey, Matan. real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
Is that guy retarded or Indian?
He's just doing an accent. He's
Okay.
trying to do. He's trying to do like a Jewish accent. He's faking it.
Ah,
Yeah, he's doing a fake Jewish accent.
retarded. Got it. Cool. Thanks for answering.
Yeah. Yes. But he just walked up there like he owned the place, and then he got kicked out of there, and then. But I think that person was trying to be kind of a copycat. And
Mhm.
since he mentioned Bill Clinton, they were trying to do it too. They could have even been someone that's friends with the other dude. Because I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him to like, hey, I can't go there because I'm banned. Like you go there and you do something. But yeah, that was funny. But you know what's funnier is
What, Trey? What's funnier?
Huntsville is pretty funny especially whenever you consider who's running Huntsville. Huntsville Councilman Devin Keith pleads guilty to 2 shoplifting charges, banned from Walmart. I wouldn't have imagined, this guy would have shoplifted from Walmart.
It really takes effort to get banned from Walmart. I'm going to be real.
I mean, I'm actually curious because, like, how I've seen people do some really stupid stuff in Walmart and never get banned.
Right? Yeah. And of course, it's even funny.
Literal fights in Walmart, and then nobody gets banned.
Of course, a local government guy. It's such a stupid thing to get arrested for, especially if you're like a public figure and you probably make decent money.
Thank you to my family, my friends, and my community. I'm so grateful for you through this very tough time. Oh, dude, how? My entire life I believed in accountability, to fight for the fair share of all. Oh, yeah. I brought that perspective to the city council, and even through, I've moved from that. I've never moved from that position. Accountability is important. Then why would you do something that is not
stupid?
A failure to scan items.
Oh, is he blaming it on the self-checkout?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
It was never my intent to not scan these items.
It was never my intent either, man. It just happens. When you're going. I will
say though, like, even though I use the self-checkout all the time, and I do, scan. I do try to scan everything. Sometimes I do wonder, like, I'm sitting there and I'm having to double check myself of like, wait, did I scan all of this, or like, because when you're moving stuff around, sometimes you're like, wait, did I scan everything? I always have to go through and double check and make sure.
You get that devil on your shoulder. It's like, it's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. Like, don't worry about it.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. You got this. You got this free candy bar. It's fine though. It's like
this one has nougat and caramel.
Oh, those are pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest, it all seems pretty retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.